We we flew into Heathrow from New York, but we flew to Gatwick from Milan and into Venice from Gatwick. No, not here. I think we were waiting here to find the people who were to pick us up to take us to the hotel, which would be the new Barbican. And in the fine print, it told us that we were supposed to provide our own transportation to the airport from the hotel. Well, these outfits like Cosmos always picks a hotel way out in the sticks if it's in the big city, so it was a long ways from the airport. The Cosmos people had made the arrangements for the minibus to pick us up next morning at 3:45. We were supposed to be at the airport at 4:40. By 4:30, see, yeah, they still hadn't showed up, so we had to get someone called a cab real quick, and we rushed to the airport at 107 mile an hour at some spots there. The guy said he'd step on it if I'd ask him to. This is actually landing at Gatwick. And had to return because one of the doors on the nose wheel didn't close, and that was just the start of right in the middle of a lot of trouble. The airplane didn't leave for an hour after it was supposed to the first time, after we made all that big rush to get there. And then after we got out, about 20 minutes, we had to turn around and come back. What is crocheting? Embroidering. So we were waiting here back at the airport for them to fix the nose. And then when they fixed the nose wheel,
I can't indicate how long it'll be from now on. The fuel people say they're short-staffed, so we're doing all we can. We're bothering them a lot, and they put us down in the queue for aircraft to refuel. So
that was the pilot explaining why we couldn't leave right then. They always had an excuse for everything. They blamed it on the French. They blamed it on the food truck that got stuck without a new starter, got stuck and was behind the airplane. They couldn't tow it backwards. They blamed that delays on the French twice, going to Venice and coming back from Milan. They might have been. France wasn't going to let them go anyway. They never did let them fly over France, I don't think. Those were the crew looking at the nose wheel, trying to figure out why the thing didn't close.
How come it's flickering? Huh? How come it's flickering?
I had it on.
Belgium, and then Germany, and then over the Italian Alps. So we tried another route to go by France, but I'm afraid now, if you look at a map, there are not many ways we can get to Venice, either east via Germany or over France, and there's no other way we can get there. So whichever air traffic control centre gives us an earlier slot, that's the one we'll use. You just sit down and try and relax. Thank you very much for being patient. I'll let you know if we have any calls. We're all ready to go. So it's just the slot time we're waiting for.
Kay's got to hurry this embroidery up because she's putting all the grandchildren on it for Joanne, and Joanne's kids keep having grandchildren, so she can never catch up if she doesn't hurry and give it to her.
Around in the terminal, the handling agents will decide on the food and water, so to speak, and I'll leave it up to them once you're in the terminal. The company is negotiating for new slot times. We'll do our best to look after you as far as possible. I appreciate sitting on an airplane.
Well, the people didn't count the passengers when they got off the plane. They didn't count them when they got on, so as a result, when we got to Venice, there was one person missing, probably because of that reason. And we never did see that lady, unless she went to the other bus. And I'm sure she didn't because that bus was full.
We'll be arriving on the left-hand side in a few minutes, and we'll take it from there. Thank you very much.
Here we are at the Venice airport, and we had to walk quite a little ways even then to the bus because the French or the Italians won't let the buses come up to the terminal to pick us up. Italians weren't all that good on the security because I noticed some packages went through the x-rays without the guy who was supposed to be watching the bags with the head was turned looking at someone else. This is in front of our hotel in Venice, the Vienna Hotel, and I'll show you a tip scene in the area there in just a moment.
The name of the hotel is Hotel Vienna.
The Hotel Vienna. Nice and warm, kind of salty, not hot though. We're getting ready.
Port Island, and Doyal, which is one of the very oldest islands where the very first Venetians ever settled. Now that tour actually takes about 3 hours, and you'll be back to St Mark's at about 4:15 or so, and then from there we'll be making our way back to catch our own bus this afternoon back to the hotel. So the islands tour, as I say, takes up the afternoon.
The guide's name is Jill, and she's married to an Italian, but she's English. Lives in Italy. In the off-season, teaches English.
Anyway, we will
I was impressed with the amount of traffic and also the ability of the Italian drivers. They managed to get through so many tough spots without scratching fenders that I was amazed, although they do fail once in a while, as they seem to collect their automobiles in certain spots, not like all over the country like we do here. See how close those cars are to the road and how densely they're packed. You'll find them parked on the sidewalk and crossways, and people have to walk in the street, and the cars are on the sidewalk in many instances. This is a city bus right here. It's on the right. It was a little bit foggy at that time, but it cleared up later on. It was okay. Although we didn't get out of the smog or fog really for days. This is going up one of the canals. We're on one of the public boats instead of buses, of course. Here they use boats.
Their problem.